What's going on, y'all? Yeah, y'all are seeing this right. Yeah, Helldivers 2 is able to be bought in the same section as we see right here, as PS5 and PC, right there. That's right here, buy on Xbox. I know there's going to be some people, like we know those in the background that when they saw that, I mean, where's it at? We got to do this, don't we? We do have to do this. And guys, y'all better have that pre-ordered. Hey, tech, it's okay. Yeah, we know it's happening because it happened with the, you know. That can't work either, right? No, no. Although I have other mouses too. That one's a badass one though. But it must be only on PlayStation. So this video is about them, and Destin is telling them, "Pack it up, console warriors. It's time to retire." I mean, because it's Helldivers, you know what I mean? We gotta think more team oriented. It's time to get cooperative. Mhm. The Xbox base is gonna be coming in there showing the PlayStation base why they love shooters and how they're good at shooters. And you guys got to sell. Well, no, you guys have to buy 1 million copies. There has to be 1 million. So there's somebody that came on my channel today. We're gonna get to some funny stuff here. You know it's around the corner. Yeah, don't be surprised about who it is. That said that it won't even sell 250,000 copies on Xbox. I'm gonna post it on one of my videos upcoming too, so get ready for that. Or it may be actually before this video, depending on which one I launch in the morning. So yeah, Destin is just pretty much doing that, being light about it. That people want to take it too serious. Orlando, you happen to know when that guy's funny. Got him. Yet here you are still console warring. Are you telling this to yourself every morning? They're taking it so serious. 80 million versus 30 million. Yeah, it's over. This is so hilarious. But guys, it gets even more interesting. I got to pause at a certain part of the video too, so that you guys can enjoy that. That's right. Get ready. He's going to give his take on it. And it's time to laugh and have a good time. No, 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 you know what? I'm going to need you to stay with me. Ready, y'all?
It's a significant sign about the generation from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. Even if PS5 won, even if Xbox is dead, I do think
Guys, he has to do it. Okay, let's come back and sit down. Let's come back and sit down. Let's come back and sit down, y'all. Y'all. Look at that look on his face too after he did it too. Almost like a smirk. Do we see it? Oh man, it never fails to amaze me, y'all, how many times this guy does this. Like, no matter what the situation has to be, it can't be like, man, you know what, guys? I may have Helldivers. I may look forward to playing with y'all. Do y'all want to play? Add me. By the way, if y'all want me to get it to play with y'all off of PlayStation, since I have it on PS5, I would have to re-enable Plus again and keep paying for it, which I find annoying since I'm on my PC. So if any of y'all want a gift or anything, hey, I'll play with y'all and be down to do that. But there's a lot of other stuff around the corner that I got to get to, so I don't want to double dip. Though I do want to play with people on Xbox, obviously as well. But if I do, I'd have to start my saves over and all that. So if I'm doing that, somebody's gonna be getting me the game. Then other than that, yeah, we'll see if I get back on my PlayStation soon, which I will eventually. And for Ghost of Yote and all that. So I don't know. It just depends. But I do want to play that with y'all because trust me, that game is intense. But let's continue this though.
we've kind of lost something. And I want to break that down. Let's get into it. Hi, I am DreamcastGuy, and if you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, this is part of what sort of stirred this up. I saw a lot of people screaming about this tweet last night.
Notice how you got a little bit loud? The vocal anger kind of echoed in there. It hurts. still got to look at that and control those emotions.
Which is from Destin Legary, where he said, packet of console wars, it's time to retire. Now, undeniably, as a person now that's been covering video games pretty much every day for the last 10 years on this YouTube channel, it is wild to see an official thing. This is PlayStation.com. This isn't photoshopped. It's an actual screenshot of PlayStation.com that says, hey, do you want to buy a PlayStation game? Because Helldivers 2 is funded partially by Sony. This is a PlayStation project. Buy it on Xbox. A link to take.
That's right, Reforge. On Sony's website, not Arrowhead's. Right next to PC and PlayStation 5. See, that's called multi-platform. Sony. I don't know what he said. I only hear Sony. And y'all need Sony. And Reforge's world is just live service extension. You ain't getting none of Sony's games though. I kind of like that. That's what I want to talk about.
Thank you. From PlayStation.com to Xbox.com. That's a wild thing to see. Now, in the comments, everybody is basically being like, yeah, man, Xbox has been dead for a long time. The remaining Xbox fanboys enjoy the games as a service games. Yeah, 80 million versus 30.
It's the best way to react to it, I'm telling you, or to make the content. You see what I mean? Because if he wants to farm that, smear it back.
Yes, it's over. So a lot of people are like, yet here you are, still console warring. The console war has been over since 4/16/2024, my boy. A lot of people are basically saying, look, man, ever since basically Xbox started putting every single game on PlayStation, the console wars have been over. Like, this is the kind of stuff that's super, super, super bizarre. This is an actual tweet from Ninja Theory, a major, expensive Xbox studio. And they're saying, hey, the best place to play our games is on a PS5 Pro.
Okay, let me tell you why I wouldn't mind that either. If you're in Microsoft position and you're running the world that's Natalia wants to run. Sorry, I've been saying that wrong. Somebody came to me because I was reading it in English. They're like, no, it's like Nutella. And I'm like, oh, Satya Nutella. Okay. So yeah, I had to correct that. I never took the time to even probably take Michael Pachter serious enough to even look at his name. Yeah, funny. Though he did become a clown with some of that stuff, but he was pretty on point. But getting back to what he's saying, if I was in Satya's world and I knew how he was thinking, which I do, you're making it more appealing for the PS5 Pro to advertise a different aspect to play Hellblade better, so you're buying their product. So their product is still being promoted in the PlayStation world where the ecosystem is healthy and people are going to buy their game. That's not necessarily a negative. But I guess if you had a problem deep down with Microsoft, or if you have a problem with a certain aspect, you see how, like, depending on how you view this, it can be viewed a certain way. So it's not positive or negative. It depends on what you want it to be and how you see it. That is subjective for sure. As I tell people, there is the obvious, like, hey man, I'm about to cook you a plate of high quality ingredients, like your plate of food with high quality ingredients, and it's going to be amazing. Like, man, that's so good. Now, do you want this or do you want this pile of dog food right here? It's like, come on, man, don't play with me. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's things in life where sometimes it's not really so much opinion. It's pretty obvious, man. You know, and then there's like, okay, now that is totally subjective. I can understand the situation. We got to know how to scale that. But he's trying to spin it as if like, yeah, you see, even an Xbox studio is saying it's about the PS5 Pro and it's about PlayStation. But in the Dahlia's mind, he likes that. Maybe not from a older exclusive mentality Xbox era, but if you look at it now, they just want the game to do better, and they're now putting it on that platform. They already got what they got everywhere else. So of course you want stuff like that on a platform that you want to get the sales on, right? We can look at it that way. There could be another way of looking at it. Yeah, I told you about the equalizer. I'm like, well, here's this point of view too. So
this is bizarre to see. I have to admit that it's still just weird. An Xbox studio promoting to buy a game on PlayStation is kind of the same. It looks the exact same.
But anybody, like if EA's putting it on any platform, like Randy, like you know what I mean? He came in from Gearbox and he's like, Nintendo Switch 2 is such an amazing console. Maybe he might think that, right? You know, a lot of people like it for what it is. And Borderlands 4, I can't wait to get it to you guys. They got it out ahead of time because I want to get that money. I'm telling you, pick it up. And then you see the game key card, but they didn't want to promote it like that. It's the same thing. You want to sell your product. You want your product to do well. So stuff like that is going to happen. That's just marketing, man. Because now it's a different strategy. We're not looking at promoting this positively in the Xbox world. If I can get more money on this platform, it's still me publishing, getting more money. So I'm going to take that. Even though that's some people may get mad at, but hey, that's just the way that it is. I don't want to be in a sink. I was like, we're going to do it that way. And that's the business only mentality way, not exclusive only, where it's like, dude, you're not Nintendo, but I understand what you're saying. And that's why I feel like the PlayStation community sometimes kind of like tries to do that. I'm like, get back over there. Now play your game. Don't do that. No, just accept reality. It's third party. It's okay. I have the same console as you. I'm getting the PS6 and I'm not taking it personal, but I could. People be like, man, why are you doing that? Screw the Xbox. I could have been that guy on PlayStation. Let's just dump on Xbox all day. Yeah, man. PlayStation push all day. Nintendo is the winning platform. But I didn't do that. Though I could have. I could have started off and never did that. But to me, that's not the way I see it. I like seeing each console as a benefit in a certain way to where it's like, yeah, if I didn't have this, or even if I'm on PC with Xbox, you're still giving me something that I value, that is good for gaming, that I still want to be around in certain ways. I just don't want you to screw over developers. You know what I mean? And I have all those worlds because no matter what, I'm not missing any of these games. Whichever one's coming out this week on in that platform, I'm getting to it. Like, because I'm a hardcore gamer. That's the way I look at it first and foremost. Um, but I just don't get why people still are making a big deal about other people sharing their games, and it's like, dude, it's just other people getting to play the game. If they said that the war is over and they're sharing their games, who cares? Now you're saying you do not want another gamer that's a human being like you to experience the game. You're not the corporation running things. You didn't make the exclusive world. If they said it's okay, it really makes no sense to drag it on after that. I would say just be a better person and say, I'm glad you guys get to experience that game. If you were a decent person, I feel like, because I feel like that's different compared to if the console warring was going on, like in a certain way. They already said it, so if they said it, that's where I'm like, don't be a loser, man, because it's kind of like their point now. Like that's the way I feel about it. That's why I kind of had to like say this right here.
On the base PS5 and PS5 Pro. Stop it.
Not necessarily talking to him,
man.
but just people in
It's
general.
just, to me, I think we've hit this point where a lot of people are saying, okay, Xbox is out of the race. Yes, the best place to play Xbox games, other than PC, obviously PC will always be king, is on a PS5 Pro. How weird is that? But this is the thing, is that I do believe that while Xbox has been in the corner, just full force punching themselves in the dick for years now, in a lot of ways, it feels like PlayStation has picked up the stupidest lesson from all this console war business, which is all that matters is playtime hours. Like, historically, what made Sony so great? What made PlayStation sell so many things, right? It was probably single player, focused stories, characters you care about, worlds you care about, things where it's not just, hey, this game is good. It's, hey, I want to buy into that ecosystem to see what comes next. I care about Nathan Drake. I want to see the next Uncharted. I care about Kratos. I want to see the next God of War. Or even there's talks about a spin-off of God of War Ragnarok where we play as Loki. I care about that. But to Sony and to a lot of these companies, admittedly, they have this weird idea that what matters isn't fun. It's not award-winning games and stuff like that. It's about play hours. So many companies think it's not if you're having fun, it's if you're spending time online. So they've been really heavily pushing billions and billions of dollars into this live service slop, a lot of which still hasn't even come out yet. Like, consider the fact that Fair Games, they bought this studio that had never released a game. And remember, they did that same thing with Fire Sprite. That's what came out with Concord and then immediately shut them down. They bought this studio called Haven, making this like looter shooter co-op bank heist game. Haven Studios, Fair Games, we still haven't even seen this. They showed this and we still haven't even seen this. Look at all the comments. Great. Another Concord 2, not going to lie. Everybody now is at a point where I saw this tweet literally right.
Okay, he's actually got some good points to some of the stuff. You know me, I'm not, I mean, I agree with some of the stuff he's actually saying when it comes to some of that stuff in the live service goose chase and all that. Oh, yeah, man, no. Yeah, Sony has completely just, yeah, they've lost it in some of those things. They have to get back on track. We're going to see what happens. But doing what they're doing now is a great way to make sure they're stable because people are kind of worried that their foundation may now be shaky. It's just one of those points to where Sony needs to worry about themselves and not anybody else right now, and get their shit back together and finish this generation strong in the next few years. And then going to PlayStation 6 strong, and then having a live service operation strong on all other platforms, so people are enjoying good PlayStation live service games, multi-platform. Then everybody's winning in that sense. If they can get that going, you know what I mean? Like that, and make it successful. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover about this. Um, and just that the Xbox community, like I said, guys, get this game, because there's a lot of people thinking that it's not going to even sell 500,000. I had some dude said, watch it only sell like 250,000. All right, we're going to remember that because the numbers will come out. All right, y'all, peace out. Have a good day. Ponies, sit down. Later, y'all.